Hello, everybody, and welcome to your podcast, Mind the Time. Joined as always by the beautiful Brandy Mahan.
Hello.
How's it going, Brandy?
Oh well, very good. I'm actually I've got a wee podcast resolution, as it were. I want to lay on you this week. I'm trying to curse less. We spoke about this briefly before we started recording. My mum and dad both got on to me about me cursing, which I was aware I was doing quite a bit of, but when I listened to the last few episodes, it was like, jeez. So I'm going to try and curse. That wasn't a curse.
That was jeez. Okay. That was jeez.
Okay, I'll let you off. Get a wee swear jar if Sean, you could hit me a wee slap or something. I'm still going to curse sometimes. You can't completely filter me, but I'm going to try and do it less.
I started the last podcast with "What's the effing crack?"
See, that's terrible.
Yeah,
it's your
really
fault.
bad.
You're a bad influence.
I think so. I think so.
Can I do all the cursing this one?
Go for
yes.
it.
Is that okay, Mum, Dad? Please.
And we're joined, of course, by Sean Carey. Sean, what is crack?
Hello. I am good. I'm very good.
Good man. Glad to hear.
Vulture.
Vulture.
Get me the
I love it. And today's guest is one half of the comedy duo MakeyUppers, actor and theatre maker Gemma Walker-Farren. How are you, Gemma?
I'm good.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
How are you getting on with yourself, anyway?
Oh dear,
It's a big question.
Where do we start?
I thought we were just here to talk about 1999, not today.
How were you in 1999? How were you this day in 1999?
Jeepers. I don't know. I have no idea.
Gemma, you have chosen the year 1999, as previously stated. Lovely. What age were you in 1999? You must have been only 13, 14, would you have been?
14 and then 15 in the November of 1999
Okay.
on the cusp of the millennium.
The Y2K.
Indeed.
Wow. What a
Coming
time.
of age, yes.
Yeah. So you were coming of age at the end of the last century.
Oh, God.
Isn't it mental? And
The end of the last millennium.
the end of the last millennium, and we're nearly a quarter of the way through this century.
Shush.
I know, it's nuts like when you
That's
think about it. It is.
Disgrace.
It is mad.
I actually read something recently that said people born in the 80s have now been alive in 5 different decades, which is pretty mad.
Oh, yeah.
You know, right enough. Obviously,
Everybody's adding up.
the tail end of one, and then we're in the
Aye.
front end of an hour, but still.
There's a few years that I don't count anymore, so
No, well,
yeah, it's third decade maybe.
yeah.
Just a few of them's been written off to alcohol, I think.
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Sunday night passed. We all had a few drinks here in Sean's gaff on Sunday night.
We did.
Yeah.
Good crack.
Just about over it now.
I'm not. I'm still
Still feeling a wee bit rough.
a bit too soon to be seeing these, but we've got podcasts to record, so
We're here. But we're here.
we're here now.
Yeah. So, Gemma, 1999. What class would you have been in 1999?
Working.
I just got that there.
I'm also lying. It was middle.
Working the middle.
God, what did you ask me? Now, where was I? Third year at the start of the year, fourth year, end of the year.
What school were you at again?
Foyle College.
Foyle
in Londonderry.
Londonderry. Have they taken away the Londonderry now?
Have I?
That's just Foyle
It's just
College.
Foyle College now, all rebranded and all.
Wow. Wow. Hi. Do you know, that's
Delicious.
That's what happens with ceasefires and stuff. Like, you know, happy days.
Yeah.
And so, what sort of person were you as a 14-year-old? Would you have been outgoing, or would you have been a wee bit quiet on it, a wee bit of a stew?
Stu, aye, 100%. I picked 1999 because it was such a massive year for so many reasons. But for me personally, it was like I started the year as one person and ended the year as a totally different person.
Brilliant.
It was a year of like first boyfriends, first heartbreak, total change in personality, change in music tastes, change in dress sense.
Wow.
Change in everything.
It's a whole new Gemma.
It was a whole new thing, and in a very, very short space of time. So yeah, and on the cusp of the new whatever the future was going to be.
Yeah, and there was a fear there as well, because we didn't know the Y2K bug.
They thought all the computers were going to, at 12 o'clock on the 1st of January, whatever it was in the year 2000, we were led to believe that everything was just going to go mental, the whole world was going to shut down.
Planes were going to fall out of the sky.
Simpsons told us, so they haven't been wrong yet, so, but they were wrong about that right now.
It was a mad time. But yeah, I suppose when at the start of the year, so 14, very kind of Aye, wild good girl. Wild good girl. I would have been finishing up in the junior school in Foyle, which at that time there was 2 different kind of
That's
schools.
right. One was Duncragan Road and the other one was up around the corner.
Yes, North Springtown. So
Yes.
yeah. So the junior school was up in Springtown. That was first year to third year, and I was a class representative.
Oh.
In third year, which basically meant was unofficially like head girl of the junior school.
Aye.
Right, but that's not a thing. But you know, and I was like, straight A's student and wild good girl and all the rest of it. And then went to the senior school and everything changed.
Yeah.
I just hated being there, and the whole thing, the whole dynamic just shifted for me in school then. But and there was a lot of things just going on at home and everything. Everything just changed.
That was the big changing point in Gemma Walker's life at the time.
Was the change of venue as far as school goes anything to do with it at all? You know, where you go from like one school to the next, because you kind of get set in your ways, don't you? And then
No, it was still the same. It was still the same people and the same teachers and everything. I suppose I just started to really resent being there. But then too, my music taste, so it was all it was Backstreet Boys
of course.
at the start of the year.
Backstreet's back, all right.
And you know, making up dance routines in your bedroom and all. And then by the end of the year, it was like, well, I discovered Led Zeppelin, and it was a gateway drug.
Class.
Led Zeppelin 4 changed my life, and then it was like,
You're still making up dances, like 14-minute long dances in your room. they Kashmir or something.
air guitar. Yeah. And then the heartbreak in between those two things. My first boyfriend.
Oh
my God.
Where'd you meet your first boyfriend at?
Well, I met him through a drama group that I was in.
Ooh.
But I never spoke to him. And he never spoke to me. And everybody fancied him, and there was no way that I was ever going to approach him. And then many, many months later, we met each other in the Waterfoot nightclub.
Wow. What age were you in the Waterfoot nightclub?
14.
Shut nuts.
No, it was an over 18s thing, but nobody there was over 18.
No.
And everybody from Foyle went to it, I think. So I was 14, and it was the same, like, I remember the same sort of playlist every week. It was like, you know, Shania Twain, That Don't Impress Me Much. And
Don't press me.
Eiffel...
65.
Blue.
And anyway, it was the same songs all the time. But I bumped into him there, and he wanted to go with me.
Did he ask you, or did he get
Did one of his friends come and ask you? Or?
Well, he got one of my friends to come up to me and say he wants to talk to you,
right.
and I was, oh my God, is this the dare?
Play it.
I totally, and I went over, and that was it, and then that was us. That we were together, and it was lovely.
Steads?
And, Steads for
Steady
3 months.
Ooh.
And it was very intense, and then
and they lived happily ever
No,
after.
absolutely
or
not, no.
did they?
it destroyed
That's
my
a
life.
MakeyUppers quote, by the way.
No, he went on holiday for 2 weeks and came back and told me he wanted to join the Navy.
Wow.
And it broke my heart, and then I cried for like another 3 months, I think, and listened to Lovers Around 11 every night
Lovers Around 11 on Q102.
to make myself cry, to try and get over it.
Did he actually join the Navy, or did he like
No, he
work
he went and got a girlfriend and got her pregnant.
No.
You made a dodge the wee bullet there. Pardon the Navy pun.
Yeah. Maybe you both dodged bullets.
Well, you know, but it was just it was so intensely dramatic, you know, like that. Those teenage years are so fraught with drama anyway, and your hormones and everything's like life or death. And I just remember really genuinely believing that this was my one shot.
You think you'll never
at
be
love.
over it?
This was I was never going to meet anybody like this ever again.
Yeah.
And this was it. And I knew what heartbreak was. And my man and dad had no idea. And it was just so serious, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
All very Dawson's Creek.
Oh, so
Yeah.
was. That was a big thing at the time as well.
Drama's Creek.
1999.
He's met at drama school, like.
When you talk about him going off to the Navy, I picture him like on a bus, like waving his hat, and you're running, being like, come back to me.
If I could have, do you know what? I wrote him letters. It was so intense, like, you know, like the big sheets of A4, sent him poems and all. Thank God there was no social media then, because I would have been.
know you'd have been plastering his fucking
Jesus,
Facebook wall.
There'll be records of it all.
Yeah.
Screenshots.
I know. I would have been like just putting my heart online and photographs of me crying and all. Oh Jesus!
Singing and all into the camera.
I don't want to wait for love. Oh God!
Then you can't get out the last verse because you just start crying too hard. Life to be over.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
Have you ever seen him again since?
I see him all the time.
Oh, do you?
All right. I'm
That's
not going to
correct.
name him, but it's funny. No, I do. I
Name
assume.
him. Name him. Name him.
Oh God, it's just really funny when you think about like how serious it all was, and
As you say,
never meant to be.
It's life and death. Then, like, there's nothing else like it. You're just totally invested, and this is the rest of my life I'm dealing with here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well done, anyway, for coming out the other side of it. Yeah.
You laid 3 months of solid foundations just for it to be.
And you found
Gone.
Led Zeppelin to help you through it too,
Exactly.
I suppose.
Jesus, do you know, right? So on my way here this evening, I've had a shite day. I've been in Wi-Fi form, and I thought, I know, it's all right, it's not your fault.
After this fucking podcast tonight.
What I did then, I was thinking it because I was kind of thinking, right, what 1989, and I remembered how big a deal Led Zeppelin was for me then, and so I dug out Led Zeppelin 4, stuck it on in the car, and I drove around for half an hour listening to Led Zeppelin
Wow.
4 before I came here, and it's just lifted my mood, and I think now was just being a adult and a parent and all the rest of it, I sort of have forgotten how important music is.
Oh, massive.
You know, but used to listen to music every single day of my life, all day, all the
I
time.
still do.
And
Yeah.
I
Whenever
don't.
whenever I can. Like if I'm doing
Yeah.
dishes for 10 minutes, I'll have 10 minutes of music on.
Aye.
Do you know that kind of way? If I'm going to the shop for 10 minutes, it'll be music. Do you know what I mean?
It's more kind of podcasts and audiobooks for me now.
Yeah.
Or there's music in the car, but it's mostly like kind of songs that my wee girl wants to listen to or whatever, and that's grand. But like just listening to Led Zeppelin 4 in the car, my own with no interruptions, was amazing.
That's great. I'm glad you rediscovered that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's something you can hold on to again.
Aye.
Name me a few tunes from Led Zeppelin 4. It might be my favourite Led Zeppelin album too, but
Well-
the fact that there's like 1, 2, 3, I can never remember which one's
Well, it's
which.
the one with Stairway to Heaven on it.
Right.
And Black Dog.
Yes.
And The Battle of Evermore.
Moby Dick.
No.
No. Happy Days. Something wrong with that. 10 years gone. 10 years gone. Is that the first song on it?
No,
Is
it's
that the full one again?
Black Dog, Rock and Roll,
Rock and Roll. Yes, that's right. Heartbreaker.
Battle of Evermore. No.
I'm going to stop saying the wrong songs.
When the Levee Breaks.
When the levee breaks, I love that tune too. It's class.
So,
that's a
aye.
cover apparently. I never knew this. When I found that out recently.
Oh, but this is the thing. Led Zeppelin are they very much plagiarized the black musicians.
Yeah.
Who
It's
didn't?
not good.
Yeah.
It's
No.
not good.
Yeah.
So,
think they
but
all-
anyway, Led Zeppelin.
They should have been called Land Zeppelin then. I have ideas.
Sean always considered me a wee joke.
I'm waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
You said that like it comes up with a wee joke, wee critter.
Oh,
We're going to
good
put it
on you,
right up here in the fridge.
Sean, what were you doing in 1999? Working on that joke?
Yes. Do you know what I remember about 1999? Dragon shirts. Dragon.
shirts.
Like dragging them physically, or a shirt with a dragon on it.
Both dragging them out of the shop. They put on, but shirts with dragon
remember.
patterns.
that
Right.
weird
Like-
satiny,
yeah.
cheap, silky material,
Yeah.
and like the Chinese dragons and all
Exactly.
the tribal stuff. That was massive.
And they were.
Yeah.
I had a navy one, and it was my prized possession.
Was it?
It was, and we started going to. I remember in that year was the Infinity Disco at the Nair Centre.
I remember that. Yep.
So
It was just all beats, wasn't it? And drunken teenagers.
beats and snagging.
Snogging. Yeah.
But dragon shirts. That's all I could remember the day when I was thinking about it. It was all that dragon fucking shirt I had,
Wow.
and
100%.
and stripy jumpers, like a jumper with a 1 or 2 stripes in the middle. They were everywhere.
Often like a turtleneck. Is that what you call them?
had a-
High neck
I
jumpers.
don't
They
know,
would've
but it
been
was
a thing.
more just a stripe here. It was like
I had a kickers jumper like that. It said
Yeah.
kickers, and it was like a wee blue stripe here and a blue stripe here. I did have a turtleneck one as well, which when I look back at photos of it now, it looked ridiculous. Why did
Same.
anyone let me wear it?
I used to wear it out. I remember wearing a turtleneck to the Gwador, and it was fucking sweat pouring off me. And in my head, I thought I looked like the guy out of the milk tray ad, but it was really this tall, skinny, sweaty, spotty
Big
person.
woolly jumper on you.
Yeah, with a fucking box of milk tray under his jumper.
Now that you say about the Godor as well, I think 1999 was my first, obviously, well, you know, via the Waterfoot. So the Waterfoot was the foily underage disco on a Friday night. And I didn't drink either. I was very, very, what's the word? I was very smug about the fact that I didn't drink alcohol then. I was so much better than everybody else. I would go
Actors.
out. I know. I'd go out with a fiver and come home with change.
Yeah.
You know, go and get a breakfast apple.
Yeah.
But no, that year, later on that year then, was my first time on Waterloo Street. Right.
Fusion?
No.
Or the Waterloo?
It was the Godor.
The Godor?
The Godor, I
Upstairs?
think. And then, not even, downstairs for a live band.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, aye. And
None of that div nonsense.
none of that.
None of that.
But ended up in Waterloo Street was such a massive deal because growing up, my father was in the RUC and he was so, he had us so terrified of the very notion of being up the town at all. And if you went anywhere near Waterloo Street, something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it was never ever explained or dug into at all, but it was just like, you do not go there. Right? So then I went there.
Wow. Were you feeling a bit rebellious, or were you like, just test the waters?
I think I was going with a fella who was far too old for me to be going with, and that's where he went. So I went there.
Yeah.
But it was like amazing. And then everybody was out in the street afterwards having the crack, and I thought, oh, this is where I belong. These are my people.
Found my people.
And that was it.
Well, the Bound for Boston, like, was
The Bound
was
for the spot. I love the Bound
amazing.
for.
spot.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a game changer then, the Bound for sure. Yeah.
And there was no prejudice there, like, so it
Not
was
at all.
like just yeah.
Oh, no,
one
you had everybody in the Bound for. Everybody in there.
I had sort of 1999. I would have moved away from upstairs in the Godor. Upstairs in the Godor before that would have been the place to go. I remember the first time I went in there. They played like "Strawberry Fields Forever" by the Beatles and Oasis songs,
really?
Ocean
I'd be
Colours
loving the
Scene.
crack.
It was amazing. Like, it was just. Yeah, this is my kind of place.
Yeah.
And then you only last about a year or so on there, and then you progress on up the street. So I made it up there then to Dunlow.
Oh, why?
All right.
And then the Bound for Boston. Well, we actually went wherever sold the cheapest drink, because they used to have a thing then, £1 a drink. Do you remember that?
No.
So it was like
Before my time.
£1 a drink. So I would have had like, you used to get like a triple vodka and quadruple vodka and a can of Red Bull for a fiver. And just put it in a pint glass and get fucking hammered, and that done you for the night, like.
Jeez.
That sounds.
stop telling fuzz.
Sounds awful.
Nope, that's very
Fab
true.
tin.
Sure. I can't remember if the Red Bull was £1 now. But anyway, it was cheap. You would have got out and get hammered.
Well, that was a thing. Like when I was at uni and stuff, they had these big nights where it was like £1 a drink and £1 a shot and £1 a bottle of beer and all this here. All that. No, that's a thing.
The Dunlow upstairs, I meant going to that when I was a wee Wayne as well. Going upstairs to Dunlow, and you could get in. They started like clamping down because there was too many Waynes getting in.
Aye.
So then you had to have ID, but you could get in with your national insurance card, which doesn't have any.
With no age on it?
You can get it
No.
when you're 15. There's no photo on it. There's no. Oh Jesus, that was just very funny. Aye.
That's mad. You would have been in them places the same time as me, and I was like 18. You would have been like 14.
14, 15. Yeah. And then by the time I got to 18 and the Bound for Boston, I felt like I was too old to be there. I was like a veteran at the Bound for by the time I was
By the time
18.
you turn
Do you know what
18, the bouncer looks at me and says, "What? You're 18 now?"
I've been here 4 nights a week for the last 3 years.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh, class. And did you have was there any part-time jobs when you were 14, 15?
Oh, I couldn't wait to have a job. I couldn't wait. From I was really young, I mind thinking, I just can't wait to be able to say, I'm going to work. You know, I was really like, couldn't wait for that wee jolt of independence. So my first job was in G's, the deli in G's in the Waterside.
You were listening to Galvin, weren't you? Was it?
No, do you know G's Supermarket?
Oh, G's
There on
Supermarket.
the Ross Downey.
Yeah, you did go on to work at Super Value though. Was that what I'm thinking of?
That was after.
Okay, right. That's
So
what I
G's
thought.
was the first job because my mammy worked there and she got me a wee job on there. When I was 15, nearly 16, got my national insurance card and that was me. And I don't know how they let me work there. So it was a Saturday morning. I would start at 6 and finish at 2. But I would come in drunk. Like I would be out the night before to whatever time. So I used to come in and I had to make breakfast for all the builders. So they'd come in looking for looking for their breakfast soda and all. And I didn't know how to fry an egg. So I'm sure that loads of them got like salmonella or whatever you get from eggs, egg disease. And Jesus, I don't know.
Egg and Ella.
That was a great egg disease in '99, wasn't it? All the boulders were wiped out.
Oh, Jesus. So I worked there. It was only a couple of months. And then I worked in Super Value in Waterloo Place. And I loved it there. Again, it was on the deli counter. I was there for 2 years. Had a great time, really good friends there and all. The money was shocking. Used to work 12-hour shifts on a Saturday. And I got like $2.37 an hour.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's nuts because...
Like 12 hours and you're coming out with about £25.
Shocking.
Isn't that mad?
the minimum wage for adults then was increased to £3.60 an hour in 1999.
Cheapers. It's all relative too, though, because everything was a hell of a lot cheaper. So
It was still shite though.
no, it was still bad.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm still getting.
Imagine.
I know. Sean's still working in 1999 wages. Man. You haven't come back into the century yet, Sean?
And I haven't cursed enough yet. Fuck. PP wand.
Was that a curse?
Penis.
Oh, Jesus. Right, let's move on. Other things happened in 1999. So in Northern Ireland, we had a new peace process come along the year before, the
That's
Good
right.
Friday Agreement,
We did,
1999. And then we had our first devolved government in 1999. There was a lot of toing and froing on the way up to that. You had decommissioning and prisoner releases, and then there was a lot of will they, won't they. It was like the Ross and Rachel thing. It was like, will the
But
DUP...
we bombs and guns.
Will the DUP, will the Unionists take their seats? Will they, won't they? And
They were on a break.
We were on a break.
David Trimble was the first minister. Seamus Mallon was the deputy first minister, and the secretary of state was Mo Mullen. What a person Mo was. But yeah, it's mad looking back on that. You had UUP and SDLP, who were at the forefront of the peace agreement, and
So they were the first devolved government.
They were the first, and like,
Right.
they had dragged a lot. So the DUP didn't even want the Good Friday Agreement. A lot was dragged into it, and then they sort of sacrificed their parties for getting effort because
For the greater good.
good.
Well, fair play.
Fair play to them, is right. So yeah, that was 1999 Northern Ireland. We also would. Has any of you seen the Netflix documentary Woodstock '99?
I have indeed. Terrible stuff.
Absolutely shocking.
A
Like,
shit show.
absolutely shocking.
See, to be fair, it's not that far removed from my experience of oxygen. To be honest, for a few years, I swear to God, no toilets, absolute muck to the eyeballs. People just getting battered left, right, and centre. Mayhem. But some great music too, some great bands and great crack.
So this is when they try to relaunch Woodstock, wasn't it?
So it was 30 years after the original, and they went for the whole peace and love thing again with like Rage Against the Machine and fucking Kid Rock and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Peace and
Sounds
love.
class.
Until
Just a bunch of angry young men.
it was like something
around
out
a
of
big field.
Lord of the Flies, like wasn't it?
And it was all done in like, am I right in saying it was done? There wasn't even like grass. It was like on concrete. It was like an old airplane hangar or something.
It was.
And an airfield, and it was just all like concrete. And bearing in mind, where is it? Is it like LA or like California somewhere?
Serious heat.
Searing heat and
Not
like
enough
concrete
water.
and no shelter, no shade,
Nuts.
hardly any water you could get at. And
So it was
just-
like 40 degrees in the place.
yeah.
And so tarmac and cement and stuff. So like there was no nature there. They absorbed the sunlight, and everybody was just fucking roasted. They were charging like £25 for a bottle of water. Just nuts.
Terrible.
Yeah. Really good documentary. It's
That's
really
class. No,
really
very
good at
good
looking
watch.
at the way fucking society people can just collapse on the fucking monsters in the
Especially when
right
you
conditions.
lump Fred Durst shouting at everybody to break stuff, and then they start breaking stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's Fred Durst's fault, really.
Fred Durst a prick. That's
Fred
all I'm saying on
Durst.
it. Yeah.
Fred Worst, am I right?
Hey, you leave them jokes to me.
Hey, I can't. They just keep coming to me.
It was also the year Bill Clinton was impeached. Well, the impeachment trial began.
Oh,
Yeah.
big Bill,
Big bad ball.
big naughty Bill.
He was acquitted on February the 12th. 74 million people watched the Monica Lewinsky interview after that. And I remember it being such a big thing at the time. Like,
Aye, it was.
everybody wanted to hear her side of the story. Like, because she was dragged through the fucking ashes. Like,
She was. But I remember, like, at that time in my life, I just paid absolutely no attention to the news, to politics, to anything.
No.
I actively avoided it.
Yeah.
Because it was such a fraught issue in our household. I just went la 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 la. But I remember just the sense of Monica Lewinsky being this evil harlot.
That's what you were told. I don't know.
And it's just shocking.
I know.
You know, like the rage I feel now looking back at that time. It's just, she was just one of these bad women.
Yeah, bad woman.
Bad woman. Aye.
And then he
She was
was
20
this,
or something.
She was
wasn't
a very young woman. He was the most powerful man in the world. Do you know what I mean?
and he had just been in Derry the year before. So Derry people had this thing about Bill Clinton.
Roger Bill's class. He came over here.
Aye.
That bad woman fucking seduced him. Poor Bill. like.
Our Bill.
Yeah, poor Bill.
Our wee Billy.
It's also the year it was one of the worst massacres at the time. The Columbine High School.
Oh,
Straight on
God.
that. I remember that. Well, I don't remember it, but I've since then seen a lot about it. Mad.
Yeah, that was nuts now. Two fellas, they were like 17 and 18 years old, went into the Columbine school. They wanted to blow the whole thing up. They had bombs
They
left
planted
everywhere.
bombs in the canteen and stuff, and then the plan was they would let off the bombs in the canteen and then basically shoot anybody who was running out.
Yeah.
But I don't think it went well. They still killed a lot of people. It was awful.
Yeah, it killed 13
That's
people.
happened so much since that it's not even that big a thing anymore.
That's the thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, then it was. So yeah, a lot of bad things going on around the world.
But a wild lot of good films.
But a wild lot of good
There's
films.
a segue.
Wow. Let's have a wee look at the films.
Well, I mean, you had a big list, Sean. I just skimmed the top of the internet there for them. And Fight Club.
Fight
Fight
Club.
Club.
What a
Class.
show that was real. So,
Hey.
Great
I think-
soundtrack too.
So the one I just remember these movies. I can't believe they all came out in 1999 because they all blew my mind when I first saw them. So Fight Club was one of them. Being John Malkovich,
Amazing.
Oh,
I've never seen that.
John Cusack.
what a film!
Hi, and an amazing performance by Cameron Diaz. Probably my favorite of all her movies.
There you
She's
go.
John Cusack's wife in it.
Oh God, yeah.
She's brilliant. She's like removed from that whole sort of rom-com
Totally.
persona. Like
I
she's
forgot.
one of her best. Seriously.
You're totally right. Aye, it's a brilliant show. No, I really
Is John Malkovich in that too? I'm joking.
I was going to say I would like to think so.
no, it's very good. You should watch it. American Beauty. I don't think I could stomach
yeah. Oh,
it now.
no.
But seeing it at the time, I thought, wow, what a movie. But I couldn't watch it now. Blair Witch Project. Now, I was one of the people who really genuinely believed the hype about that it was real found footage.
What was the hype about that? Was there an internet campaign behind it or
It was
something?
supposed
Was
to be. It was portrayed as if it was real. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was these found footage, as you say, of people going. That's why you didn't really see anything. Nothing really happened, but it was all about the kind of suggestion of it and the suspense of it and stuff.
Yeah, that this was a true story, that this tape had been found in the woods or something, and they'd watched it and then released it as a movie. But all these they weren't actors, all the people had really disappeared or died or whatever. But because it was found footage, I think it was the first movie that really did that.
It was
Yeah.
genius for its time and how
Amazing.
they did it. Like,
But also the actors were completely unknown.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
do you know, so you
yeah.
went it really believing that this really happened.
Yeah.
This is documentary footage, essentially. And I totally bought into that, so that blew my mind. The Sixth Sense.
Oh, yeah.
What a show.
course.
used to scare the life out of me when I was younger too.
But those two movies, like The Sixth Sense and Fight Club, are two of the biggest twist kind of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the year of the twist.
Aye. So
The year of the twist.
we hear the twist.
The dance.
Come on, let's twist it. And The Matrix. I mean,
Matrix.
obviously that was a big deal for some people, not really for me, but
Loved it.
that was there too.
Yeah, big show.
I'm going to shock you. I've
I hope
never,
you don't have a
never
list
seen
of
The
music.
Matrix. Never seen any of them.
There's actually
You've never seen
Never
the
seen
Matrix?
any of them.
Oh,
I
they're
haven't-
brilliant.
I just
well,
haven't seen them.
they actually just announced today that they're making Matrix 5.
Is there a fourth?
They should have learned their lesson with
No,
the
I
last
skipped
one.
that. Went from 3 to 5.
That's so Matrix.
I know.
No, there was. We do not speak of it, Fenton.
Okay.
Some
never
people
see
would
it.
actually argue that they shouldn't have made any more than one.
Yeah.
But I love 2 and 3. But yeah, there was a fourth and it was diabolical. And then they've just announced a fifth.
What are they doing?
I'm very sad.
What are they doing?
There was a
It's
lot.
it's like Police Academy all over again.
No, they're better.
I love Sean's face when I put Police Academy and The Matrix in the same sentence. It was like,
Police Academy's good.
okay.
That's Danny's list. We also had, there was a lot that year. Like there was Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, that was a remake, wasn't it? Of
Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, no?
yeah.
Stanley
Yes.
Kubrick. It was
Big Cubesy.
yeah.
That was the controversial one where there was
Aye.
loads of riding.
That's right. All were the wee masks and all.
Never
But
seen
was
it.
that? I think it was remake.
See, when I watched it when I was younger, I thought it was just riding, but when you watch it as an more of an adult, it's different. Like it's great. It's actually pretty
I
good.
remember it being a good show. But then I was 17.
Boys, boys don't cry.
Oh God, that was heartbreaking, devastating.
Hilary Swank.
Yeah, and
Grandma File show, wasn't it?
Oh God, brutal film.
brilliant. But it
No,
was
I've never
very
seen
good.
it.
Like, but it's
Yeah.
based on a true story, or loosely based on a true story. Human Traffic.
Oh, I love that.
Great
That was
show.
Brilliant. So good.
Girl Interrupted.
Yep.
That was a game changer of a movie when I saw that.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie.
Brittany Murphy.
We had the talented Mr. Ripley.
I went to see it in the cinema and I fell asleep.
Really?
Yep.
Is that the one with like Jude Law
Matt Damon.
and they're over in like Italy and he's like
Gwyneth Paltrow.
stalking them or something? Seen it.
The Boondock Saints.
Oh, I remember that one. The Irish American boys over in Boston.
Yeah. Sean Patrick Flannery.
Pure like cheese now, but like class too, sort of.
The film that kind of rebooted the whole Star Wars thing, Phantom Menace. Also the highest grossing movie of that year.
Were you into the Star Wars and stuff?
The Phantom Menace.
Not even a little bit.
No, me either.
My partner Rory is obsessed.
Yeah.
And I cannot bear any Star Wars anything.
I tried watching it a couple of years ago, but I think you have to watch them when you're a kid.
Aye.
There's a nostalgia thing there. Like I watched them a couple of years ago and I was like, nah, don't like it.
No, I love them.
No, not for me.
But I will only watch 4,
enough.
5, and 6 now. Like, I'll just stick to the original. The Virgin Suicides,
Haven't seen that.
Never even
very
heard of
good.
it, I don't think.
Kirsten Dunst and Josh Hartnett.
Right.
Bicentennial Man. I wanted to mention that.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
It goes unnoticed, but it's brilliant.
It goes on for about 17 days,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. I love it. Like, it's brilliant.
And,
it's so good. Have you seen Bicentennial Man?
No.
I think you would love it.
I haven't either,
Yeah.
no.
Robin Williams,
Is
of
it a
course.
comedy?
It's
Weird, is it?
No, it's more, well, it has comedic moments, but it's
obviously with Robin Williams.
it's basically
He's-
about a robot who tries to fight for his rights to be recognized as a human being.
So
But it's-
yeah, so Robin Williams is the robot. So this family, it's set in the future, and this family, like robots are a thing that you buy, like fucking microwaves or
Aye.
Hoovers or whatever, and they help around the house. And then this one, is this a really bad description of this movie?
Oh, keep going, it's brilliant.
They help her around the house. Right,
So
robot,
Robin
do that
Williams
washing there.
as a microwave. Is that what you're saying? Robin Williams plays a microwave with a brain and a heart.
2.5 hours of Robin Williams folding laundry, ironing and stuff.
You should watch it. I was
That sounds class. Get up and make that
ding.
bed there, Robin.
Ding.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Can we start talking like robots yet?
No.
No.
No. That was a hard no.
Cruel Intentions.
Great
Now,
show.
that
aye.
was a dirty film. I
Dorothy.
remember going to see that in the Jet Centre with my friends, and we were all 14, 15, and just I mean, my friend, she was there with us, and while out of riding in that film, and she was so innocent, and there was a scene, I can't remember who it was, but some pair were shagging anyway, and my friend says to me, why is he doing all that moving? It's all what? She goes, do you not just have to stick it on there?
He was doing the twist.
He was doing the twist. That was the year of the twist, but that was
That's
such an
great.
eye opener for like being 15, and I think it was only like certificate 15 as well. It wasn't like an 18
Probably,
certificate.
probably, yeah.
But at Jeepers, it was.
Is that be like Sarah Michelle Gellar and remember it, and your woman
Ryan Philippe.
Hey,
Nev
Witherspoon.
Campbell? No,
No.
Not Nev Campbell.
Selma Blair.
That's him on about that. Girl.
Yep. There was The Mummy. Brendan Fraser.
Mummy.
Rachel Weisz.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I thought it was just a wee boy. Mummy.
Mummy.
It's dinner ready, mummy.
Oh my God, a big one. The Green Mile.
Oh, what a show.
One of the scenes that has traumatized me most in my life is that electric chair.
That's
scene.
right. Yeah.
I just can't.
I love that movie, but I would find it hard to watch again. I'm not good at watching things. that
Dead
are-
man walking.
Dead man walking.
Fantastic performance by Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
The late great.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy. I love that too.
Big
love
Daddy
Big
and the
Daddy.
Mummy. Came out
Big
the
Daddy and
same
the
year.
mummy. Yeah.
But Big Daddy and the
Big
wee mammy.
Daddy.
I loved Big Daddy too. I was the right age when that came out. I think I was like in my early teens, and I loved it.
That was
What do you
good.
call your man in again?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Fenton hits Adam Sandler, so he's not for me.
Don't like him.
He's not the best thing about that film. That's Rob Schneider's on that, and he's
yeah.
really funny in it.
He pop
Alright.
anonymous.
Popping on it.
I'll watch it for that movie.
And a wee fact, the kid was played by twins.
Yeah, the same twins that played Ross's son in Friends.
That's it.
What?
Yeah,
Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Sprouse. I said it at the same time.
American Pie.
American Pie.
At the time now, it was...
I don't know why I sang American Pie without singing the song American Pie. I just sang it like some James Bond theme. American Pie.
I think at Film 2 for me was the soundtrack.
Oh, brilliant. I
think it's when soundtracks-
pop punk, some 41,
Yeah,
Blink 182 and
Blink-182,
stuff.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stifler's mom. That's all I'm saying.
Brendan, I have to mention,
Brilliant too.
because
Your woman.
you were waving it at me earlier, 10 things I
Oh,
hate
what a
about you.
show. What a show, hey. Great
So-
film. Loved it. Still do. Still. Have you watched that?
I haven't
in your
watched
adult
it.
life?
No.
That's
Brilliant film.
based on a Shakespeare play.
It is.
The Taming
Yeah.
of the Shrew, is it?
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's brilliant. It's class.
Good show.
Ah.
You got Heath Ledger, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Julia Stiles, your woman.
Larissa
Yeah.
Olenek.
That girl.
Was there a couple of them from Third Rock from the Sun? Or
Just-
was Gordon
just-
Levitt?
Well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was...
Yeah, Larissa.
she was on it too, that's right. She came on the Third Rock from the Sun about too, yeah, that's right.
She was his girlfriend for like a couple episodes.
That's right. True that, yo.
Let me see. Office Space.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant film. So good.
Ron Livingston. Jennifer
And
Aniston.
A young Jennifer Aniston. Basically about the boredom of working in an office, and these guys work in this office, and it's like every day is just so monotonous and it's same old shite, and they're just so fed up with it. So they discover that one of the guys who works in IT kind of jokingly says to his mates one time, he's like, it would be actually really easy to like rob this place, because what I do in IT, I could just blip, and then they devise this plan that they're going to rob the place and like all leave. But then Ron Livingston, the main character, he decides he just doesn't care anymore. So the more he the less he works and the more he just gives up, he starts getting like promoted because the company think he's class and all. You know what I mean? But no, it's brilliant. So funny.
Brilliant.
Great
And
wee cast in it too.
It's written and directed by Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead creator. So
It's very funny.
very good.
Very well done. And if you've ever worked anywhere that's like, oh, this is so boring and I'm doing it every day, it'll really resonate with you. Do you know that film? It's
Yeah,
class,
I'm
like,
sure that's
very
what
good.
I could definitely.
couple of proper laugh out loud moments in it. I can
Oh, it's
remember.
brilliant,
It's
eh?
so good. Like,
And if you like Ron Livingston, watch Loudermilk on Netflix.
That's right.
Oh,
Plays a
yeah,
very
just
similar
started.
character, doesn't he?
One of the greatest shows I've seen in a long time. South Park as well was out, the movie. South Park.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Bigger, longer.
and uncut.
That's it.
Brilliant.
There was a lot of others, like pretty decent movies, but I'm not going to list them. There's far too many. A lot of rom-coms, a lot of horror.
Go on Google it, just would you?
I just Google it.
Give us a horror one. Give us one of the top
You
horror
love
ones
down
there.
horrors, Gemma?
Sorry,
do.
sir.
All right.
Lake Placid.
Oh,
yes.
about the big lake, and it was pure placid. Remember that?
That doesn't sound wild scary.
End of Days. Stigmata.
Stigmata.
I went to the cinema to see that.
There you go.
That scared me.
Is that the thing where you get like the marks of Christ in your
holes.
hands and all that
Yeah.
there crack?
Stir of Echoes. Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
Very good.
creepy too.
He has never sat right with me since watching that movie.
No,
No.
he played a lot of very, very creepy.
He always does seem
creepy
to play
characters.
creepy
He's got that wee
character.
creepy face.
He has a creepy head on him. Like,
Yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
Great.
Yeah. And Idle Hands.
Oh, I love the Idle Hands.
That was brilliant.
With Seth Green and stuff like that. There.
Yeah, and Devon
It
Sawa.
was like a wee B movie, stoner movie kind of, but it was just,
Right.
they buried this dead hand, and then the hand came to life and started doing all this mad stuff.
I'll
Kind
name
of
a-
like a comedy horror.
I'll name a couple of these rom-coms because, a lot of people do love them. Like She's All That,
Me and Maureen spoke about this earlier.
Never Been Kissed, Drive Me Crazy, Notting Hill.
So Notting Hill. Notting Hill, as I watched it like 3 weeks ago. Notting Hill's my favourite hangover movie.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Watch 10 Things I Hate About You next time.
Maybe.
No, do. I watch Notting Hill if you watch 10 Things I Hate About You, right?
what is it about Notting Hill that you find so soothing when you're hungover?
It's just the whole, just because it's such a beautiful love story, and I liked Hugh Grant's character in it, bit of a bumbling buffoon. Let's not let him play that.
No,
But I can
Oh dear, no.
Yeah, and then I don't know, just that thing of this person from another world coming into his life like a Hollywood superstar, and I think at the time I thought maybe that could happen to me. Like,
Who's the Hollywood? Is it
Julia Roberts? Yeah, and
you've got your wee Hollywood superstar
I
in your life.
do indeed.
Sorky Shannon
I do.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
swept into your life with her old-fashioned face.
Is she still in Australia
New Zealand.
or New Zealand?
say it's the same, isn't it?
Bloody New Zealand, mate.
Don't say that. No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
So Notting Hill, I love it, and I love it every time I watch it. I love it just to see him.
I think you mentioned this to me before.
Sounds like a line out of a Backstreet Boys song.
That sounds like a line out of a rom-com.
You gotta see Four Weddings and a Funeral then.
I enjoyed that too, but
That's one of my favourites.
Notting
I
Hill's
love that.
my favourite. Another
That's
movie was out that year, and I had bought it in DVD, I think about a year after maybe, and me and my friends, when we lived in Dublin, we watched it like maybe once a day. Dogma.
Aye. It's
Matt Damon,
Kevin,
Ben Affleck.
the Kevin Smith one.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, yeah.
Yeah, Jay and
Class.
Silent Bob and Chris Rock.
Yeah.
right.
Alan Rickman.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette. She
As
was
God?
amazing at it as
Wasn't she?
God. She
Spoiler.
was so good. She just the wee boop. Just give it a wee boop in his nose at the end. It's brilliant.
I thought you were going to say, because I was about to go, yeah, baby. I thought you were going to say Austin Powers.
No, man, that annoyed me. That movie annoyed me because of that, because of people doing that.
Quoting it
Yeah,
too much.
baby.
Yeah, baby.
I loved Austin Powers at the time, but again, I was the right age for it. Do you know what I mean? We used to like watch it at sleepovers and stuff. Class crack.
If you do
I
it
can
like,
imagine at that age it would be like, but yeah.
if you say it like a robot, it's better. But yeah, baby.
Well, it was one of the Austin Powers movies that they had fembots, and that's where I got my
That's
Gembot
right.
name out of.
Oh, was it? Is that where
Yeah.
Gembot came out of?
That's where Gembot came from, yeah.
That's right. Remember them? Ones?
You're totally on board of the robot talk, aren't you?
I'm starting to get
She's
there.
warming up there a bit. I can see.
By the end of the podcast.
So before we started recording, I was talking about her Facebook page and how we've got an awful lot of followers, and I was like, I think a lot of them's bots, and then Sean thinks that they're actual robots sitting in the house singing "Mind That Time."
Mind the time.
So Sean's just been obsessed with robots since.
Yeah.
I am a robot. Nice to meet you.
I'm going back to Robin Williams as a microwave now, and it's all very confusing.
What about music, Brandy?
Music. Yeah.
Music.
Took down some stuff here. So we're going to do. I always do the top 5 songs of that year, but I'm going to throw something mad at you this time. We're going to go in reverse order. I always start with number 1, which is ridiculous because you have to like build up it because nobody cares about 2 to 5. Anyway, number 5, 1999 most listened to song was "Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So it was not much more to add to that. It just was. It's all that crack.
It was everywhere at the time.
was,
I remember actually Travis done a cover version of it at the time.
Right?
That's right.
And amazing. It's
Was it one of
class.
those like Radio 1 live lounge? They
I
always used to
think
see
it was
probably
all right.
was,
Yeah, definitely well worth checking out because I remember that song was so big at the time, but I was the age where like, oh, not
You
listen
can't
to
like
that.
it because it's like
Can't
pop.
like
No.
it. And then Fran Healy sung it and Travis, and I was like, Jesus, that's a class
How about
song.
you? Like,
actually.
no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Travis have a new album out.
They have indeed, yeah.
Go listen to it.
Number 4 was a song that I don't think I know this song. I sort of half listened to it earlier, didn't recognise it. "Heartbreak Hotel" by Whitney Houston, Faith Evans and Kelly Price.
That does not ring a bell.
No, didn't ring a bell with me either. And then listened about it. And
That doesn't ring a hotel bell.
No, it does not.
Is that where you were
My
staying?
heart's broke now.
In
like, 'cause I
99?
don't remember it.
Break Hotel. Aye. It was a wild, heartbreaking year.
And that song was for you.
Aye.
That song was for
You. If it was on Lovers Around 11, I absolutely heard it.
You probably did with that name.
There wouldn't have been many new songs on Lovers Around 11, wouldn't there not?
Why a lot of Garth Brooks.
A lot of Garth
Oh,
Brooks.
I loved a wee drop of Garth Brooks on
There would have been
Lovers
like Chicago and
Around. Yes.
Journey and
Yeah.
10cc.
Richard
wasn't it?
Marx.
10cc.
Not love.
Richard Marx. Oh,
Never
what
have.
did he sing again?
He had a couple of wee whiny ones that were good for cranking out the tears, I can't mind now. Can't mind.
I know that thing of love songs too, unless you're brokenhearted, because they're all about getting your heart broke. Like, there's not a love song about, oh, I'm so in love. I am loving life. They should be called heartbreak songs, not love songs.
That's true.
True. But love is pain. Love is pain.
Where did
Next.
I get there?
Heartbreak Hotel.
Number 3, Angel of Mine by Monica, which is again a very heartbreaking.
Doesn't ring a bell either.
It's like Angel of Mine. It's like a wee ballad.
Right,
Nice
so
wee.
Okay.
that was one of the ones that I bought the single and listened to it on repeat in my bedroom and cried. Angel of Mine. When I first saw you, I already knew. Yeah, that one. Cracker. I'm not. That's it.
Oh, I thought
I'll keep going.
Pay royalties.
Number 2 was, I'm not ashamed to say, an absolute banger. It was No Scrubs by TLC.
TLC.
Their whole album was class, to be fair. Unpretty was an absolute tune as well, so I throw that in there. Number 1 was a song that absolutely did my head in and still does. Believe by Cher.
That's brilliant.
It was never off the radio.
I just heard it too much. Even from the 90s, I'm still sick of it.
Yeah.
Was that 1999?
Apparently,
I would have swore that was the year before that one. But the auto-tune voice.
Do you believe? I can't even do auto-tune.
Did you say I can't
I
even do
have my
auto-tune?
nose.
Were you expecting to be able to do auto-tune with your bare voice? Like, surprise, I can't even do auto-tune, right? What's wrong with me?
I can't even see what happens here.
Hold on, sorry, I was doing it wrong. Do you believe? No, wasn't that.
Well, it kind of goes like,
And I can't really.
there's like a wee.
Can't even do auto-tune, what's wrong with me? So that was the top 5. Some other tunes this year. I had to write this down because it was just an absolute tune, and I'm sure a lot of the rom-coms you mentioned earlier. Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer.
It's one of my favorite bands.
It's a great wee song.
Fabulous song.
Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera. Every Morning by Sugar Ray. Remember that one too?
Love that.
And Lovin' La Vida Loca by Al Ritchie and Ricky Martin. I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. All Star by Smash Mouth. Smooth by Rob Thomas and Santana. Doo Wop in brackets. That Thing by Lauryn Hill, which I love too.
That's the Education of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. And then we're on brings us a nice wee segue on the albums. I just wrote down our pile of albums. So we like the Soft Bulletin by Flaming Lips, Surrender by the Chemical Brothers, Slim Shady LP, the Eminem.
Oh, the Slim Shady LP. I remember hearing Stan for the first time, and it was in the Bow for Boston. I could still picture where it was standing.
That was a Marshall Mathers LP.
Okay,
a couple of years after. Hi, just saying. Just Slim Shady LP would have been like, my name is what? My name chicka chicka. Oh, that crack here.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You had 13 by Blur. And then Beck, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, 9 Inch Nails had an album out that year, Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, Basement Jaxx, Moby, Play was a great album.
Brilliant, love that album.
2001 by Dr. Dre, if you like your rap, it was a great album too. Nothing Left to Lose by the Foo Fighters was one of my favourite albums growing up. This one I have to bring attention to because Marianne, something you said at the start of the podcast, my partner, Millennium, the Backstreet Boys, she talks about sitting in a room when she was like that age when that album came out and like listening to the things and making up dances and like reading the wee booklet of the lyrics and trying to learn them all. Do you know that kind of? You used to get the wee booklet of the lyrics and she was on about like trying to like squeeze it back in with like ripple on the page. Like that there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it's just like lyrics are just everywhere. But me and her actually went to see the Backstreet Boys. Lifelong dream of hers to see the Backstreet Boys because she still loves them. For the whole like thing. And so we managed to get tickets.
But was it the actual Backstreet Boys or just a Backstreet and Derry?
No, that was
Back Alley Boys.
No, it was over in the Manchester Arena, and it was. I'll tell you what. I obviously went for her and like went with her, but I had a great night out with class. I was absolutely steaming. And
when was this?
When was the gig?
Aye.
It was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago maybe.
That would have been
amazing. Like it really was. It was class. We were in a very, very back row in the MEN Arena. It's now that something called something different, but it was like vertigo. It was like so high up, but it was amazing.
Wow,
great night. And then Stereophonics, Nas, Incubus, Make Yourself.
Oh, brilliant
wee album.
Love it.
And one of my favourite album of my childhood, the first album I actually loved as a whole, Enema of the State by Blink-182. Still a fan to this day.
You're going to see them,
going to see them soon now. It's like our version of the way I went to the Backstreet Boys and Marianne. She's now coming to Blink-182 with me.
That's lovely.
So we're doing our wee childhood music loves.
I'm going too.
So I'm
going to wave at you.
You're giving
At the back.
You're giving us a lift. What are you on about? So that's music, and there wasn't anything else out that year ever. That was everything.
I think we should start our own boy band called the Backstreet Bots.
The Backstreet Band.
And we'll just sing all our songs as a robot.
I'll be a microwave.
And Fenton will just stand and do auto-tune. Screw up on your auto-tuning. That's one of the best things I've ever heard. Fenton getting annoyed at himself because he couldn't magically do auto-tune with his hand like his ear, as if he does it all the time, but for some reason he just couldn't do it for us now.
I just swore it was going to work. Like.
Class.
Yeah. The big TV shows at that time. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Me? All right, I thought you were just asking. I thought always say aye to that. Somebody asked you, I had to always say aye. You
Just
never
in
know.
case.
Was that on every night of the week for a while when it first came out? It was such a phenomenon, wasn't it?
It was flat out on the TV.
Aye.
And then TFI Friday done a thing because obviously Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was going to be the first British show to give away £1 million. So and it took ages for that to happen, obviously. So TFI got in front of them and had a prize for £1 million. Just to F off. See the way I used it.
Was that called TFI or was it TGA?
No, it was called TFI.
TFI, right?
Yeah. Chris Evans.
No, I remember the show. When you said TFI, I was all,
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Do you want me to say the cuss word?
Francis.
No, do you know what? We'll do without it, Sean.
Oh.
Yeah, we're changed now. We're changed.
We're changed men now.
Cleaned it up. Cleaned this place up.
Potty mouths.
So a couple of TV shows that first aired was Walking with Dinosaurs.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good show. Futurama.
Oh, was that as early as that?
It was as early as that,
right.
yeah. So that sort of come off the back of The Simpsons, The Big Hit,
Simpsons.
and The Sopranos.
Ooh.
It was a biggie. That was a biggie.
That
was a soprano.
Sopranos. I love The Sopranos,
Family Guy, actually, as well.
No way. 99.
99.
Jeez.
25 years.
Do you know, well, that's what my researcher tells me. Anyway.
It's lies.
I'd well believe it.
Yeah. Is there any TV shows you remember from that time, Gemma? So what would you... I suppose Dawson's Creek we mentioned earlier.
Well, I mean, a reference. I never watched it, but it was such a big thing, and the theme tune was a big thing. But no, I never watched it. What was I watching? I have no idea.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I was a big fan of it when I was younger too. I was probably right around that time. That was class.
I was probably into that a bit earlier than 99. I don't know. I can't remember. What about Third Rock from the Sun? Would that have been out then? You mentioned Third
Probably
Rock.
would have been,
that.
I think it would have been. Actually, I loved that show.
Yeah,
loved
like
that. I
that.
must give that a watch back again, actually.
on every morning.
It's so funny. Like.
That would have been mad 90s because he came off the back of that for 10 Things. If you know what I mean.
Oh, right.
Aye.
Is it on the mornings, is it?
It's on every morning, Channel 4. It's actually not. It's not really enjoyable in the morning because it's far too manic, and we're trying to run about and get everything ready, and it's just like John Lithgow's shouting and
John
roaring.
Lithgow is
turn that off there.
He's worth watching it for.
No, it's great. Like it's just
Dick. That's his name, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not me doing cuss words.
You said it with such emphasis there. You really enjoyed saying that word.
This is my mate here, Dick.
All teeth.
Whoa, okay.
So also in 1999,
Language.
Napster launched.
Oh, aye, Napster.
Napster.
Oh, yeah, that was the illegally
file sharing.
Took you 3 days to download a Britney Spears song.
Yeah.
It was 45 days long.
Yeah.
The song, and then 44 days worth of silence and weird sounds.
Yeah.
Robots.
I should have had auto-tune there. So yeah, that didn't last well long. Napster, I think it was Metallica that actually brought it down.
That's right.
They brought a court case against them.
Oh.
And the whole thing.
People illegally downloading their music.
Illegally downloading their music. Pokemon Go was launched. Were you into the old Pokemon?
Not at all.
No.
No, I was, do you know what? By then I was just like, I was really heavily into music and trying to get a boyfriend. And those were like my two main pursuits.
That was your hobbies on your CV.
Music and boyfriends. Yeah, I just remembered an album that I really loved that year. I don't know if it came out that year or maybe the year before, but it was the Semisonic.
Closing time.
I love Semi. Well, funny enough, one of their songs was on 10 Things I Hate About You as well. Fascinating New Thing. Absolutely love that song as well. It's a great song.
And Secret Smile.
Yes, that's the one that kind of got me out to get the album.
Nobody
I remember you used to go
knows
into like Virgin Megastore and listen to the album.
Yeah.
We spoke about this a few weeks ago, didn't we?
That was amazing.
Wasn't it? It
That was the best thing.
Music was such an event. Like it was such a thing to go out and choose choose an album and buy it and physically have it to take home and read the lyrics. And
That's it.
Yeah.
it was such a thing, and it's really not. And you'd listen to a whole album from start to finish.
Yep.
And it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
But I loved that. I loved the whole thing, the whole event of going to Virgin to listen to the albums.
And it was big headphones like these two, wasn't it? Like, and I'd never experienced them before.
Well, that's where I got these.
Was it?
I stole them.
And I think, if I remember correctly, you had like maybe 3 different like listening posts with like a different CD in each one. So you'd like listen to about this one, and you're like,
I remember them all ended up broke though.
Oh, probably, yeah.
You know, you would have went down and it was like they weren't registered or whatever. We went down one time actually. We get the bus in from Claudia, and my friend Paul bought a CD, and we were going out in the bus. It was only a single he had bought, and then he opened up and it was like not for sale, not for sale, and it was Performance and Cocktails by the Stereophonics.
That was out. That was out in 1999.
Was that
It was on my list there now,
1999?
yes.
Wow!
It
So
was indeed.
we were going back out to Claudia in the bus. Just discovered we loved Stereophonics. Like, well, the first album, Word Gets Around, and we heard it before anybody else. And then we went to see them in Belfast in Ulster Hall. And we knew all the words to all the songs, and nobody else did. And
How did you get this?
I know people were looking at us like, you know, do they know the band? Well, that's what we thought in our heads. People's
They're probably, wish them dude, shut up. Jesus.
they're not even singing the right words. He's trying to do fucking auto-tune. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, your man can do auto-tune with his voice. That's impressive.
Before anybody knew what autotune was.
Exactly. All right, no.
Did you invent autotune?
Invented auto-tune standing in one of that Stereophonics game.
Passed it on to Cher then. She took it off me. Yeah. There's a couple of songs there that you had mentioned as well, like Living the Viva Loca, and that thing, just songs bringing you back to a time. I'm friends of mine that I had worked with in home base in Drumahoe then, and we were like, you know, when you're that age, you're really tight, really good, close friends. And then we hadn't seen each other for years, and we met up like to last Christmas, and we're actually meeting up tomorrow night.
Class.
So it's really cool to 1999 was when we were hanging out, and
That's
these
mad.
were the
It's a long
movies and
time.
the music and stuff. So yeah,
So what's Living La Vida Loca got to do with it?
I just remembered that my friend Lindsay, who we're meeting up with, that was her like favorite
Lindsay.
song. That was, and even now when I hear Viva Loca, I think that's Lindsay's song. All these years later,
It's good.
That was one of the permanent fixture songs every week in the Waterfoot.
was it?
Of course.
Living La Vida Loca.
Everybody was living the Viva Loca.
Yeah.
And
Boys going around doing big fly kicks and all. Yeah. All that crap.
Mamma Mia, the musical opened. What about the musicals and drama and stuff then? Would you been in many plays at that time, or?
Well, 1999 was a very busy year for me theatrically because I was in 5 productions.
5
in
productions?
1999.
Oh, darling, wow.
And it's mad. It was the first year that I directed a show, so I was 15.
Wow.
And I was actually, the show was on a week before my 15th birthday, and I was involved with the YMCA drama group in Drumahoe from I was 12. And the director of the group had decided that to raise money for charity, we were going to do like a variety concert, and everybody in the group was going to take responsibility for, you know, all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes to make the show happen. So I got the director role. Loved it. And that was my first time directing a show. So, and I did a play at school, which I hated. But then I was asked, if there was a theatre company in Derry, like an Amdram group, that sort of asked for me to do a part. So it was like, I felt so special, felt all headhunted.
They came looking for you.
They came looking for me.
Wow.
And I was lured as a bird. So no, that was a busy year. So I was firmly like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Then
Loving now acting.
loved it. Aye. Yeah. Not so much musicals though.
No, musicals weren't your thing. I'm not a
No.
fan of them either.
Well, I keep saying that I don't like musicals, and then I see them and I really enjoy them. So maybe I do like musicals.
I love a good musical. You
see-
just going to say it.
Maybe it's a thing if I went to see it live in
Oh,
a theatre and seen a musical,
you have
I
to-
would say I would be blown away by it.
What do you watching them on the TV?
If I
or
was
something?
flicking through the
Oh,
TV.
no,
and-
go ahead. Go out to the theatre and see it. Love a wee bit, would you? For the love of God.
Living La Vida Loca.
Get out and live.
I know.
I will then, Brandy.
Go out and see a musical and tell you, you're blown away. Me and Marian's going to see Les Miserables down in Belfast there.
Oh,
in
brilliant. I'm
September.
coming too then.
Can't wait to. Class.
I seen Titanic, the musical, a couple of weeks back. It was great.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Oh, I've been lucky enough. When I was younger, I went to London and
won't
we
tell you
actually
then.
went to like a West End show, and it was unbelievable. Went and seen The Lion King. It was absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Unbelievable. Like,
All right, I'm going to add that to my list of things to do then.
Do it.
Go and see a live musical. I must check out, see if there's anything on the Owl Forum, because I don't want
Do
to...
you know what's coming up on the Owl Forum?
What's coming up?
Shrek the musical.
Oh, I love Shrek too.
And I'm taking my 4-year-old daughter because she loves musicals.
Wow.
She loves Shrek.
Nice.
So I think it might blow her mind.
Do you think you need another adult?
I think I may have bought 3 tickets.
Because it's not the
'Cause I'm
sort of
made of
thing
money.
I could go to as a 43-year-old man on his own. Do you know what I mean? It'd be a bit weird. Like.
Be surprised.
Aye.
No, people
Okay.
would be surprised. It'd be too weird.
Fucking Brian, they'll go wee.
I go to loads of them because Holly, my like stepdaughter, she's in the Grove Theatre Group in the Waterside Theatre. So they do like pantos now every year, but they always do like a big show as well. So they've done like Grease, Hairspray, couple other ones, but we go to them all. They're class. They really are. Like
Yeah,
it's,
big
I always be seriously blown away with the talent and the on display. Do you know, it's like an amateur production, but it's amazing singers and actors and dance routines and all. It's class.
Brilliant. I need to get out more.
You always
guys.
come out of them being all like, "Geez, that was class there."
Yeah.
I want to be a musical theatre actor now. That's my new direction. In
Does
life.
your life become a musical after that
at
night? Like you're
100%,
going home. Let's put the kettle on.
Get up then stairs,
And the
get to your
microwave.
bed, Dave.
I know that song. I know that one.
Class. That's nearly us. I think a couple of words were used in print for the first time in 1999. Bling.
Right.
Bling.
Like bling.
Aye.
Blog.
Bling
Blog.
blog.
Blogger.
All the BLs.
Bling. Blog.
Blogosphere. Blogosphere
That's not a word.
never stood the test of time.
That doesn't go anywhere, no.
Don't think anyone's ever said it apart from you there now.
Yeah.
Ever.
Clickbait.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. It seems early for that.
Aye. I would have thought that was more recent.
Yeah, you would think. E-reader, e-scooter, and e-waste. And vape.
Vape. I call bullshit on that one there. Vape.
Also, the euro was introduced for the first time.
Euro.
Yeah.
No more punts.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
Punts were class.
I remember
the
it well.
2 pound coin, whatever it was about that size.
It was the 1 point punt coin, a
punt
big
coin,
lump
was
of
it?
thing. You take somebody's head off with it. Like.
Easy.
So Austria, Belgium, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Luxembourg, Holland, Portugal, and Spain were the first countries to take the euro. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion won a Grammy that year.
And rightly so.
Tune.
I swear to God, Sarka, I'll tell you,
Your woman can sing.
I'd say about 4 times a week I have Celine Dion blasting.
She can sing.
Jeez, Fenton, you love musicals. Let me just tell
Oh
you.
no, exactly.
If you're
She's got a
listening to
pure
that 4
theatrical
times a
musical
week,
voice.
you love musicals,
Oh
Fenton.
my God, I've just learned that I love musicals. And
I've never
been
even seen one.
Wow.
I know. That's going to be your new thing. I swear to God, you're going to be like front row every musical. I'll be like, oh my God.
Where's Fenton? We're supposed to be recording a podcast. He's away to another fucking
You ring
musical.
him and he'll be all, hey, I'm coming now. Just the pageantry, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Evita 3 times this week. That's a good one, actually. Evita's a really good one.
I would say I like the movie. And actually, I like that movie.
See?
Oh my God. I do. I love musicals.
You're the biggest musical fan I've ever met in my life.
Yep. 1999 was also the year that the Undertones done their first show with Paul McClune
Paul McClune instead of Fergal, that's right.
instead of
yeah.
Fergal. Yep.
Oh.
Still going strong to this day.
He was in another band, Paul McClune as well. I can't remember the name of it. We seen him in Sandino's last year.
Right?
He's brilliant. He was also
He's great.
Today FM and
Oh, I know. Paul's great. Great frontman, great singer.
Where did they do the first show with him?
I don't know. My notes didn't go that far, Gemma.
Was it local?
I would say it was local, you know. It could have been Nogador, actually.
What do you call the place down the bog?
The Casbah.
The gas
They used
yard.
to play in.
Not
you
the gas yard.
no.
On over the Stardust. Is it? Stardust.
Don't know.
Stardust was a place. I'm not
Yeah.
sure where it was, but
Could have been on
In
there.
1999.
That seems like
I just remember they headlined one year with your man at the gas yard Fela,
yeah.
and I was at that, but I don't know if that was 99 or it feels like it might have been a bit later than that.
they were actually the first live band I saw ever, like properly. It was up in the Nerve Centre. I would have been Paul McClune as well. It would have been after 1999 because I was in secondary school, but it was amazing. It was class. It was brilliant.
That's very cool. My first concert was Joe Dolan in the Rialto with my granny.
Hey,
Wow.
Don't knock it. Don't knock it.
Oh,
He's
Joe.
brilliant. What a performer.
Aye. Hey. Big Joe.
Great performer. Great charisma about him. And yeah, Oh my, you make me cry. You're such a good-looking woman. I love it, but a joke.
He was very sweaty and very open-shirted.
Big hairy chest sticking out.
Very sexual.
Oh, aye.
Person.
And the older people loved him too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I knew there was that.
My granny couldn't cope.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
He was like sort of the bad boy to the Daniel O'Donnell, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah. Oh, aye. Yes.
Daniel wore things like leather jackets and stuff, but you never thought.
Daniel O'Donnell was like the old McLove, and your man Joe Dolan was like the Pat Mustard. That's kind of like what I'm going from out there.
That's exactly it, Brendy. And I think that's a good way to end the show.
Well, fair enough. I'm away. See you after.
Guys, thank you so much. That has been an absolute pleasure as always. Gemma,
Indeed.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Gemma.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
It has been absolutely lovely. And thank you, Sean and Brendy.
No bar. Hey.
No bar.
Lovely. So, everybody, this has been Mind the Time podcast.
Mind the time.
Mind
the time.
check us out on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube now as well. They're all
Yes.
going out on the YouTube. Again,
They are.
Gemma Walker-Farren, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
See, you got the robot
Not
voice.
excitement, Sean's face.
Tune on next week. Fenton's going to
Yes.
teach us all how to do auto tune. We're holding our hand there, cheek.
And he's going to sing My Heart Will Go On.
Exactly, yeah.
And all the other musicals.
And all the musicals
songs
watched
that he
from
played.
here to then. Exactly.
So, tune in, folks. This has been Mind the Time. Thank you very much, and good night.
See you after. Hey.
Leave it, Archie.